and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm yours as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
Rick, do you know what I like?
I know a few things that you like, but what do you like in particular?
I like potato-based snacks.
Well, yes, there's not a lot that's just universally better than potato-y things, like the benefit of a starch injection into your system is something that your body will reward you for.
Man, I was just saying I like crisps and Rick had to get weird with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like crisps. Crisps are possibly the best savoury snack.
And for you Yankee Doodles listening to us, we mean chips.
Yeah, but we also like chips. But I class chips as a side dish rather than a snack.
I mean, I was just clarifying for American listeners. I wasn't making a joke.
Yeah, we're going with a good old crisps tier list today. But before we get too far into that, let's go with the good old time-honoured opening tradition of the nonsense asinine hypotheticals. What have you got for me today?
I put to you a simple question that's less of a hypothetical and more of just a question. That's right, I'm taking the Rick route.
Okay.
What would be the worst flavour of crisp? With the caveat of you can't just say, oh, toothpaste or dog shit. It has to be a flavour that realistically could be made as a thing people would enjoy, but to you personally would be god awful.
Yeah, something that someone would actually buy. Now the thing is, people do buy fish crisps.
They're not fish crisps though, Rick.
Yeah, so like
fish crisps are usually no, they don't. Fish crisps are usually prawn cocktail or something. There is no flavour of crisp that is fish, apart from that one time when they did the novelty fish and chip flavour. But even that didn't taste like fish. It was just salt and vinegar.
Yeah, that's the salt and vinegar one. The actual fish flavour one is like they're really tiny bags that you get in pubs, and like half of them are fish and half of them are bacon. And the bacon ones are incredibly good. They're the nicest bacon crisps you can get. But the fish ones, I think, are like awful. So
yeah, because
out of ones that already exist,
you're weird and British, but don't eat fish.
Yeah, I used to love it, but even those, I think those are awful.
Yeah, I'm talking mass-produced, not pub snack, because I don't count pork scratchings as crisps, and I know some people do because they're weird.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I guess like scaling those up to higher production, I would not want to buy those. Other than that, what's something else that I really don't like that would be something that other people would normally buy?
You could just say fish and we can be done with it. It's fine. You don't have to have a sophisticated clever answer.
It's going to be fish. Yeah, that's something that fish is a love it or hate it thing that some people would pick. I guess Marmite would be the second pick, but yeah, Marmite keeps coming and going in crisps. How about you? What are you going to pick for your I don't like this flavour?
Yeah, my flavour's a real flavour, and it's tomato ketchup. They keep doing it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just a worse version of prawn cocktail flavour.
It doesn't taste like tomato ketchup, and even if it did, I don't want to eat tomato ketchup. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, except I do like tomato ketchup.
Yeah, I'm sure you do like tomato ketchup, but do you want to just pour tomato ketchup in your mouth and nothing else?
I also have been a child, so...
Okay, I mean you right now. Would you consider a meal being half a bottle of tomato ketchup?
A meal? No. But if I was...
Would you consider a snack being half a bottle of tomato ketchup?
Oh, no.
No, exactly. That's my point. It's not a nice flavour. It's a sauce. You dip something in it. You can cover something in it if you want, and you're an animal. But, you know.
Yeah. Like, I, for instance, prefer ketchup to brown sauce. Like, it is my general basic bitch sauce of choice, even though I prefer barbecue when given the choice.
Barbecue's just tomato ketchup with extra steps.
Yeah, smoky tomato, yeah.
But personally, I think mayonnaise is the best.
Oh yeah, mayo's great. If you've got chance, I really like making paprika mayo. So you've got like the slight spice and slight smoky, but with like the creamy back texture of mayo is fantastic.
What's your question, Rick?
My one for you is a little bit more off the wall. You gain the powers of a Disney princess. Which one do you think will earn you the most money?
That's a very specific factor. So we're going based solely on profitability, are we?
Yeah, going to go basically solely on profitability. Your goal is to earn as much money as possible?
I mean, it's a tough one, really, because unlike mythology, you can't just become Midas. There's a long pause for the actual episode because I've got to think of every single Disney princess and what the fuck they can do.
And in terms of their powers, it would be things that they can do rather than things that get done to them.
Well, yeah, I gathered that. Otherwise, it would just be pick any of them because you marry a rich prick. Like Ariel's shit because all she does is become human.
Yeah. All she does is get legs after she gets scammed.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of princesses don't really have powers, and those that do don't have powers that stick, apart from perhaps Elsa, and I'm not imaginative enough to make that make money.
Well, I mean, you could turn, like, I don't know, Arizona into a paradise by, giving it permanent air conditioning.
How does that benefit me?
Well, you charge for it.
Yeah, and then I have to go there.
Yeah, but then it's not bad.
Yeah, it is. It's in America.
All right.
I don't want to go to America.
Well, especially not right now.
I've never wanted to go to America. I didn't even want to go to Disneyland because even as a child, well, actually, no, I probably wanted to go as a child because I didn't know any better. But as an adult, I look at Disneyland and I go, that looks like shit.
Yeah. But then again, you also have worked in a theme park, so you know the foibles of theme parks.
Well, I mean, I do and I don't because I imagine American theme parks are even worse.
Yeah, they're both better and worse. They have higher production values.
I meant to work for Rick. Don't be an arse.
Oh yeah, exactly. They have high production values and lower protections.
Yeah, Rick, this question's not a good one because I can't think off the top of my head of every single Disney princess and the pros and cons, so just give your answers so we can move on.
Yeah, my one would be the tangled version of Rapunzel because she's got healing powers and, just become a health service mogul curing shit.
Except what will actually happen is someone will discover this and put you in a cage.
Yeah.
And you've got no way of defending yourself with Rapunzel powers.
Well, you can always cut the hair off and stop it from working.
Yeah, but then you lose the power permanently. Like, that's a one-time deal.
Yeah.
In which case, you might as well not fucking gotten them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, what are we doing today?
Yeah, we're doing a tier list of crisps. This is on Tier Maker, and you're going to pop the link down in the comments, are you?
I never put the link down in the comments.
Okay.
Why would I?
I don't know. It's for people to play along at home if they want to.
Find your own fucking tier list. It's only crisps. Fuck me.
So we have tiers from S down to F, and we're going to start with Walker's Sensations.
Yeah, so we should probably actually start off with the little caveat of this tier list is weird in that the chap whoever made this has done this weird thing where for a lot of the crisps he's isolated particular flavours. However, for some of them, like the Sensations, he's just put down sweet chili.
Yeah, and McCoy's, it's just all McCoy's.
Yeah, so there's no consistency is what I'm saying. Like, the main reason we picked it is because there's just over 20, so it shouldn't take us too long to do.
Yep. So, Sensations is asterisk. This is not just sweet chili Sensations.
Yeah.
I generally put Sensations as A tier.
Yeah, I'm putting Sensations personally in B because the only flavour I like is their roast chicken and thyme, but by God, is that a good crisp.
Yeah, they are pretty much the good Walkers.
Hey, Walkers are pretty good in general. For those of you from America, when we say Walkers, we mean Lay's.
Yeah, like the crisp. Doritos. We start with Chili Heatwave.
Yeah, this goes in F. I don't like spicy things, and that extends to crisps.
I'm putting it straight middle of the road to C. I don't care much for Doritos that are not my favourite. Speaking of, Cool Original Doritos, otherwise known as Ranch.
Yeah, Cool Ranch gets to A because if I'm eating Doritos, I'm eating this Dorito.
Yeah, they are going straight to S. These are my favourite Dorito. They are one of my favourite crisps of all time. And Cheese Doritos.
Cheese Doritos are such a mixed bag. I'm putting them in C because while they're nice, I never buy these because they have the what's it problem.
Yeah, they just have that like cheese flavour, don't they?
It's not the cheese flavour, it's what it does to your fingers.
Oh yeah, Cheeto dust, yeah.
We don't have Cheetos, that's why I said what's it.
Yeah, but I'm putting them in C alongside the Chili Heatwave. Yeah, it's just multiple tiers below the Dorito that I want. Quavers. Speaking of What's-Its.
What's-Its is way later.
Oh yeah, What's-Its are way later, but Quavers are our other cheese snack.
Yeah, Quavers are going in A because they're a very... I don't think any other crisp really captures this flavour very well. The only downside is the texture is very weird, and they have to be in the curls. So much so that almost every single knockoff Quaver is called a cheese curl.
Yeah, and you need these things only work in bags because you need that amount of space for them. They don't travel very well. Like if you try and put them in a packed lunch, they will get crushed.
Only if you're a fucking animal.
Okay, have you tried being a child recently?
I've not been a child for over 20 years, but even when I was a child, they were put in like a hard... I didn't have a lunchbox, it was just a plastic, basically a bit of Tupperware.
Tupperware.
If a crisp packet goes in that, it's not getting damaged unless you're an animal.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, Quavers are solid.
For me, the Tupperware was for the sandwiches. I think A tier. Yeah, A tier for Quavers. Yeah, they're very good. I really like them. Sunbites.
I have to put them in F because I've never tried them, but they look disgusting.
Oh, I think they're rather nice. I'm putting them in the C. I'm buying them about the same as I'm buying non-chosen Doritos. These ones are sweet chili. Not all of them are.
I'm pretty sure I've seen cheese and onion ones.
Yeah, they're like sour cream and chive, I think is the other like standard flavor. But yeah, they're hard. They're corny. They're like...
No, I don't like corn chips, so...
Yeah, fair enough. I do. Pringles!
What flavour is this?
This appears to be original for Pringles, as in ready salted.
Well, can I make a suggestion? Oh, by the way, we have Sunbites later on as well, which is in fact the green flavour.
Oh, green Sunbites, okay.
That being said, can we just do the Pringles together? Because they've only included 2 flavours, and there are far more Pringles than that.
Sure. I accidentally picked Salt and Shake instead of Pringles. There we are. Pringles! So I'm putting ready salted in S tier because I think it's the best Pringles flavour.
Again, I've just lumped them together because we're doing all Pringles. We're not doing just salt and vinegar and sour cream and chive.
And I'm treating sour cream and chive as all other Pringles, and I'm putting those in A.
You think original is the best Pringle?
I think it is.
You're wrong.
Okay. So what's your favourite Pringle then?
Salt and vinegar.
All right. You're wrong.
It's the only salt and vinegar crisp that gets the right mixture.
Okay, I get you.
The only downside is if you eat a whole pot of salt and vinegar crisps, your mouth will feel weird and stingy. So the lesson is don't eat a whole pot of Pringles at once.
Yeah. I have now messed up my tier list, so please correct me when I get something out of order.
That's fine. The other thing as well is I think the weird Christmas-themed flavours of Pringles are actually the best.
Yeah, whenever they do a weird one, like sometimes the weird ones are bad, but quite often when they do a limited edition weird one, those are always fantastic.
As long as it's not mystery flavour, because I can't stand those.
Yeah, mystery flavours suck. The burger flavour was crap.
I never tried that one because no one... The only crisp that's ever gotten burger good was Quarterbacks.
The doner kebab one was awful as well.
I don't like doner kebab, so I was never going to try it.
Yeah. I like doner meat, but I don't like all the other shit they put in it.
They did a teriyaki flavour Pringle once, and it tasted nothing like teriyaki, but it tasted good.
Yeah. But yes, Tyrell's lightly sea salted crisps.
Yeah, I'll put Tyrell's in E because they're not the worst thing in the world, but I don't particularly care for them.
I think these are the best, crisps in general. Like, if I were to pick one brand of crisp, I'm putting Tyrell's straight to S. For a ready salted crisp, I think these are the best. Pringles are not really crisps; they're more of a mashed potato shape.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but
I think these trade blows very well with ready salted Pringles for me.
It feels very cheaty putting Pringles in a crisp tier list because I mean they're down the crisp bar for fuck's sake, but they're so distinct.
Yeah, they're a very distinct thing that are not that are not crisps compared to the rest of things. But yeah. They don't come in bags. They come in tubs.
Yeah, even the small fucking packs come in tubs, and what a racket that is.
Yeah, I know, right?
You get this giant, massive fucking tub of Pringles for you'd be lucky to get it for £2 nowadays, like £2.75, or you can get the little one that's about a fifth of the size for £1.75.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah,
what a fucking racket. But the small ones are snack size, so you could put them in a packed lunch, and it's like no one's... For £1.75, that's half a meal deal. Fuck off.
Yeah, for £1.75, go to a different shop and get the full-size packet of Pringles.
Yeah, all you have to do is find a shop that has them on offer, and that's about comparable.
Yeah, I'll go to Lidl and get the dongles.
Well, those they can't get the texture right. They really can't.
Yeah, they can't. That's the one thing they can't do is the texture. Like you can't get ready salted flavor wrong. But yeah, the texture is like the big deal.
Yeah. Hula hoops.
I'm putting hula hoops in B tier. They're fantastic when you're a child and you can get your finger in them.
Okay. I'm putting them in C tier because like they're a classic fucking British crisp. However, I never pick hula hoops.
Yeah. I've not chosen hula hoops in about 15 years.
I've also got the big old asterisk caveat of the king of crisps as a child was by getting a pack of hula hoops and getting a pack of Wotsits.
Yeah. You hula hoops and your Wotsits, and you give your Wotsits cock rings.
No, you just put the Wotsit inside the hula hoop and you enjoy a very unique British snack.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, these next ones on the list, Rick, I don't know how the fuck they still exist because they're awful.
I don't think they're awful.
Yeah, they are.
However, their main claim to fame as a child is that they were cheap.
They weren't cheap when I was a child.
Okay, when I was a kid, they were like the cheap crisp.
When you were a kid, they wouldn't have been out. They would have been like you would have been like a teenager. These shake your own fucking crisps were a thing in like the 60s, and then they came back in the 90s.
Oh, okay, yep. So these they came out of order with me. I got Space Raiders was my next one. So yeah, Salt and Shake. Salt and Shake.
Oh, so you thought I was condemning a much better crisp? No, Salt and Shake is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Salt and Shake. I'm putting these in. I'll put them in D.
I've put them in.
Fine.
I've put them in F for two reasons. One, fuck you, I'm not putting salt on my own chips in fucking 1996.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And two, right, I might do a better job as an adult, I don't know. As a child, it never fucking worked. The first 5 chips would be salty as fuck and the rest would have nothing on them.
Or the other way around. Like when you Salt and Shake and you shake it up, like the 90% of them have nothing on them, and the ones at the bottom have all the salt.
Either way, it didn't work. It was a bad idea. I can't believe you can still buy them.
Yeah, it's unique, and you can choose how salty your crisps are, but there are better ways of doing it.
In theory, Rick, you could just buy a fucking 6-pack of ready salted Walkers and then add salt.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a bad idea. Don't do that, but you can do it.
Yeah, and these ones were specifically like greasier than normal, so that the salt had something to grab to.
I don't think that's correct.
I think it was. Like they were greasy like kettle chips.
If you say so, I'm disagreeing with you, and there's no way to prove either of us right or wrong, so let's move on with our lives.
Space Raiders, though.
Space Raiders are going in B tier. They're a top tier snack. However, I think pickled onion is fucking disgusting, so the big old asterisk caveat is the beef Space Raiders are actually very good.
It's been a long time since I've had beef Space Raiders. Like, pickled onion is like the standard flavour, like, like Monster Munch. In fact, they're very much like Monster Munch for people who have not had them.
No, Monster Munch has got a much sharper flavour.
Sure.
No, wait, strike that, reverse it.
But you know what I mean? Like, they've got a similar niche.
Sort of.
In that they are, they're like puffed up corn snacks like that,
yeah. But Monster Munch is a lot more flaky. This is just a bit more of a pure, and this one feels like it's got a weird film on, sort of. Space Invaders used to be popular because they were part of the very popular 10p crisp range, which is now, you can even see by the picture, gone up to 30p.
Yeah. So when I was saying Salt and Shake were cheap, what I meant was Space Raiders were cheap. So yes, Space Raiders, they were cheap. They were, what else could you buy for 10p back in the day? Well, it was, you got a choice of Space Raiders or a Wham Bar.
Excuse me.
Both. And
there's the other much more famous 10p item you've forgotten.
Or Freddo.
There you go.
Yeah, Space Raiders, Wham Bar, and Freddo. At our school, nobody picked Freddo because it was the smallest. These days, we might be a little bit more discerning because Freddo's a boss. But I think Wham Bar ended up being the general winner back at our school. But yeah, I'm putting Space Raiders in a solid C tier. Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, unlike Pringles, salt and vinegar Walkers are ass. They're going in D.
Yeah, I'm putting them in D. I don't care for salt and vinegar flavour.
Neither do I, unless it's Pringles.
There's one salt and vinegar flavour that I really like, and it's the balsamic vinegar version.
Gross. Monster Munch, beef flavour.
Beefy Monster Munch.
I'm putting these in S. They are the king of Monster Munch. I scrap that. They're not the king of Monster Munch. The king of Monster Monster Munch was cheesy Monster Munch, but they haven't done those since the 90s.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm putting these in A. Yes, they are very good. But I've not chosen Monster Munch in quite some time.
Yeah, that's a failing of the brand rather than the flavour.
Yeah. Skips.
Do you not mean artificial prawn shells?
Prawn cocktail flavoured artificial corn shells, yeah. Oh, maize shells, yeah.
They're very much equivalent of quavers in my opinion. They used to have an ad campaign in the UK where the big deal was enjoy the fizz.
It melts in your mouth.
Yeah. Skips are very nice. They're a very subdued prawn cocktail flavour combined with a very unique texture. I know we're sounding a bit assholeless as if we're talking about wine, but when it comes to certain crisps like this, you have to describe the texture.
Yeah, because like the mouthfeel and the texture is like more than half of the thing. Like you've got that and you've got the crunch. And Skips only have a crunch if you're an animal.
Yes.
Skips. I'm popping them. I reckon B. I prefer quavers to Skips, but not by much. Walker's Max Strong. I think this is another one where it's all of the flavors in one.
We're gonna have to do all the flavors because I can't even recognize that flavor.
This one is hot chicken wings.
Yeah, that's disgusting. However, I'm putting them in S tier because paprika and their beef flavor are great. They used to do a cheese and onion one, but I haven't seen that in ages, and that was also fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, their Max Strong cheese and onion is a very good one. I think, would I pick it over regular Walkers? Almost certainly. A. I'm going to pop them alongside these Sensations. They go in A. Frazzles.
Man, this is a fucking British classic.
Yeah, little bacon crisps.
It's going in D. The flavour is very good, it's very strong, but the texture's so weird.
I really like these. I'm popping them in A. The fake ones are also pretty good. Like, you don't need the real branded ones to just stuff your face with this shit for the next, 45 minutes. So, you can get the fake ones from every other supermarket.
Everyone ever.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm somewhat surprised we don't have like onion rings and chipsticks also on this list.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. Knickknacks.
Fucking F straight to hell.
I think they're fine, but yes, D tier. The nice and spicy ones I think are slightly better than the other flavors. I think the other flavors like Worcester sauce. They didn't pick very good flavors.
They're all horrible. It's also got the fucking what's it problem of it doesn't matter what flavour you've got, it's going to stain your fingers, you're going to taste it all day, and they're disgusting. They've got a weird texture, they feel like they're covered with like nuclear dust.
Mini cheddars.
Mini cheddars are king. I love the original flavour, it's awesome. I think beef is even better. And I don't know about you, Rick, but like for the last year and a half, it seems like they just keep putting out banger after banger of limited edition flavours, straight to S tier.
I like them. I don't think they're S.
It's fine. I was only laughing because of the fucking, man, that's a fucking tonal shift.
Yeah, it's like that one time in The Simpsons where Jerry Cordials, I hope you love them. Yeah, I like them, okay. Do they go B or A? I think A tier. Yeah, they are very good. They are very good. Like, if you have bowls of snacks out at a house party, you're going for the mini cheddars, aren't you? Yeah. Monster Munch beefy. Oh no, these are pickled onion.
Yeah, these are pickled onion. We did beef. Pickled onion Monster Munch is going in E. I'll eat them, but they're really not my thing.
I put them in B. They very definitely come below the regular Monster Munch, but I'm also counting this as pretty much every other flavour that you might come across, which is basically just ketchup sometimes.
The three flavours they do are this, beefy, and hot and spicy. And hot and spicy sucks.
Okie dokie.
When we were a kid, they used to do a pickled onion Monster Munch that turned your tongue blue.
Fantastic. Kettle chips, ready salted.
Yeah, these are going in F. They're far too expensive for what they are.
Yeah, I would put them up with Tyrells, but they are super expensive, and but I can't put them any lower than Walker's Sensations because I will always choose kettle chips over Sensations for the same price. And in the north, they usually are the same price because something's going to be on offer.
My point being, when I say kettle chips are too expensive, they're too expensive because I don't like them.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I get them straight into A tier. Walker's Squares.
These are fucking horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like Walker's attempt at making the Pringles texture, and they just haven't succeeded.
Yeah, no, they're awful. It's in F tier for me. I haven't seen squares in ages. I feel like they've discontinued them.
Yeah. Yeah, D tier. McCoy's.
I find it really funny that you condemn a crisp and then they still somehow make it to D.
I've not got anything in E or F tier.
You're wild.
In fact,
you're far unnecessarily nice. The big dollar corporations are feeding Rick money.
Oh, well, feeding me crisps apparently.
Anyway,
McCoy's!
Yeah, McCoy's are going in S. They are the actual king of crisps.
Yeah, they are pretty good. In fact, even when you picked fake crisp, you picked fake McCoy's.
Yeah, they're good. They're great. They're awesome. I will put an asterisk of McCoy's, unlike Cheddar's, for example, that is sharing the S tier, are god-awful with their limited edition flavours.
Yeah, I'm seeing this, like, pale green. I'm like, what's that? Like Chinese flavour or something?
It's probably like chili Thai chicken.
Sure, okay.
It's an interesting flavour, but because it's Thai chicken, it just ends up being hot and spicy. Not hot and spicy, but spicy enough that all you get is a fucking burning sensation on your tongue 10 seconds after you finished eating the crisp.
Yeah, it's like chicken salt plus spice. Yeah. I'm putting them generically in A. Individual ones might be better. Like, I think the cheese and onion is possibly the best cheese and onion.
I think the problem is I think the Max cheese and onion is better.
Sure, but you can find McCoy's a lot more easily.
Oh yeah, it's fucking near impossible to find Max crisps. I remember once I went into Tesco and they had a whole fucking rack of the 250 gram packs of paprika Max. And they were like, they didn't sell them in that shop, so they would like they were 50p a bag, and the stand was full. I bought 6 packets.
Yeah, dude, I love paprika. French fries.
French fries is a solid fucking chip. It's low in calories. You can have 2 bags where other crisps you'd only be able to have 1. I'm putting them in C because they're ready salted and cheese and onion and worth a damn.
Yeah. What's the other one they've got? Is it salt and vinegar?
Salt and vinegar. For a long time, their 4th flavour was Worcester sauce, which is the worst 4th flavour to pick.
Yeah. I think these are. I think it's probably going to be a C tier, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't pick any other ready salted over this, to be honest.
Oh, ready salted Walkers is better.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I wouldn't pick any other ready salted. Sorry, other way around. I wouldn't pick this over anything else for ready salted, really.
Oh, okay. That sentence now makes sense.
Yeah. It was correct in my brain, and then it came out wrong.
Well,
it came out literally the opposite.
My mind brain has failed me.
Oh, I have an issue communicating the ideas in my head brain.
What sits are going in S and C tier for me because, much like hula hoops, they are great. They suffer the Doritos curse, which is actually the what's its curse of turning everything fucking orange. However, these would be A tier if combined with hula hoops. Yeah,
I'm pumping them in B. They are very Moorish. And it feels wrong to not put them where hula hoops are, like you say. So yeah, my hula hoops are in B. What's-its are also going in B.
They will make you fart.
Yeah. Cheese and onion Walkers.
Cheese and onion Walkers is an easy A. Like, it's the one packet of crisps that gets taken first from the multi-pack.
Absolutely. Yeah, easy A. Like, it's the one that you go for. For me, it's always cheese and onion first, then ready salted, and then salt and vinegar is the one that just kind of gets left.
Yeah, it's always the same. You get to the end of the packet. Like, if you buy one of those big 32 bags that last a month, at the end of the month, it will be filled with 10 packs of salt and vinegar.
Yeah, salt and vinegar, and if prawn cocktails in the bag, then yeah, those will be there as well.
Maybe in your house, prawn cocktails not shunned in my household. It's embraced.
It's not shunned, but we tend not to pick the multi-packs with them in.
But you don't have a choice.
Yeah, well, you get a choice if you pick a different brand. Like if you pick the Morrison's brand or the Asda brand or whatever.
I don't know why prawn cocktail is the 4th flavour. Back when I was a kid, it used to be smoky bacon and life was good.
Yeah. Like if you get the our local crisp, Seabrook, they just do a 3-pack pack.
I know.
For multi-packs.
I understand that you're calling that your local crisp because they make them in the north, but they are available countrywide. Yeah,
fair enough, yeah. They're available everywhere, but our factory is nearby. I can walk to it. They don't do tours. That's why we didn't do a tour of the crisps when you were up here.
Sure, Sunbites cheese and onion goes in F for the same reason as the last Sunbites.
I prefer these to the other Sunbites. I'm putting them in B.
I can't tell if this next flavour because all I can see is the colour, if it's prawn cocktail or smoky bacon.
This one is is prawn cocktail.
Yeah, unlike you, I've got no beef with prawn cocktail. It's going in B tier. The problem with prawn cocktail and why it doesn't get higher is sometimes I don't know why, it's prawn cocktail specifically, they just fuck up the mix and they put far too much of the flavour on.
Yeah, so quite a lot of the time the prawn cocktail flavour is too vinegary.
Well, that's a you problem.
Yeah, like, I'm okay with vinegar, but, like, I prefer it to be, like, a correct amount, you know?
Yeah, sure,
but
that again, that's a you thing, because it doesn't taste like vinegar to anyone else.
Yeah. Well, prawn cocktail is essentially just a ketchup flavour, ain't it?
It's really not. It's technically speaking, it's that sauce that you dip.
Mary Rose, yeah.
Yeah, Mary Rose, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. I'm popping prawn cocktail in C. I prefer it to salt and vinegar, and the last Walker's is ready salted.
I'm going to put it C, middle of the road, because it's the bog standard crisp, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm popping it B, which, owing to the fact that I have no E's or F's, puts it exactly middle of the road.
You might as well have just taken those fucking rankings out, you coward.
In fact, when I'm giving you my list, I will do.
Well, no, because then it fucks up my image.
All right.
Like, actually, because the two have to be a similar size for the fucking graphic to look not shit.
Sure.
But yeah, that brings us to a close today of our British Crisp rankings, or at least the British Crisp rankings that were available to us from fucking this tier list, which was honestly shoddily put together. We could have done a better job if we made one from scratch.
Maybe so, yeah. Are there any that you can think off top of your head that you would have added to this list?
I've already mentioned a few, and it's one of those where we want to keep today's episode nice and short, and we're on the 40-minute mark, so let's wrap.
Yeah, no worries. So, yes, if you liked the video, you got the comment section down below on YouTube and Spotify. Tell us what crisps you like and what crisps we are woefully misinformed about and we need to reconsider our life choices about. If you otherwise do not have the comment section, you instead have an email, which would go to nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. That's right, tell us your favourite crisp and your least favourite crisp. Don't lecture us on crisps, because we've tried most of these because they're British. Yes. But yes, that's going to be it from us, and we will see you the time. See you next week, guys.